Hey there, teeth lover. Welcome to today's episode numero 40. And I actually have a guest who is one of my clients, Jennifer. She's sharing her amazing story. And Jennifer was 8 years in hygiene at the time. She was like me, 40 years old, had two little kids. And she just had this chronic neck pain, back pain, upper traps. She constantly felt like she was hunched over and her back was weak. She couldn't sit up straight very long. Not only that is, she was feeling crappy, as she says. She couldn't really pick up her young daughter and hold her for very long. She could not keep up with her young, boys are very active, right? And he's 6, and she couldn't play with him the way she wanted to. And essentially, she couldn't be the mom that she wanted to be. So not only was her pain affecting her at work, it was definitely bleeding over into her family life, right? And so she decided she really needed to make a change. So we hopped in a call. We started working together. She started doing corrective exercises with me, and now she feels amazing. She feels like a totally different person. So I'm going to let her do the talking. So stay tuned in because this is a really good episode. And yeah, listen in to hear Jennifer's story.
Hey there! Welcome to the Lift for Longevity podcast, where our goal is to build our strongest, healthiest body. We all deserve to feel our best, but since we only get one body, we have to make sure to protect it by moving safely and with purpose to prevent pain, injury, and surgery. I'm your host, Brianne, and I'm a fit pro turned business owner and also a girl mom. I'm obsessed with educating and empowering dental pros on how to take care of their body by training efficiently and building the right muscles to prolong their career. I know you're tired of spending time working out but still dealing with annoying aches and pains, getting rid of your pain temporarily only to have it come right back just a few hours later, or feeling like you never have any energy. You wish there was a long-term solution to get rid of your pain for good. Well, I'm here to give you real-life, actionable steps that you can take today to get rid of your pain, say goodbye to quick fixes, and have energy to live a life that you love. So if you're ready to get stronger, enjoy your life outside the operatory, and have longevity in your career, grab yourself a high-protein snack and let's get to it. So today I am speaking with my client, Jennifer, who has been a hygienist for 8 years, and we've been working together now since about January. It's been a while. So talk to me a little about, Jennifer, what you were experiencing prior to starting my program.
So I was having a lot of neck pain, a lot of back pain, and I just felt very stuck, hunched up. My shoulders were constantly up and I couldn't relax my traps. I felt like I didn't have the strength in my upper back to kind of work properly. So I was constantly hunched over and just feeling crappy, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you had mentioned too, not being able to sit up straight for very long, hence the hunched over. And I imagine that took a toll on your work, but did it also take a toll on taking care of your kids? Because they're pretty little.
Yeah, so my daughter who's here yelling right now she's 19 months and my son is 6 years old. So I just felt like I couldn't pick her up very well, and hold her for an extended period of time because my back would start hurting. And I felt like I couldn't play with my son because he's super active, and I just felt I couldn't keep up very well. It wasn't working out for me. It just wasn't easy to do. So, which annoyed me, and also it made me feel guilty because I couldn't play with my kids or be the mom I was wanting to be. So something had to kind of change in that realm.
Because you weren't working out at all, right?
No,
for you.
Since I had Hazel, I had my daughter, I worked out really at all. So it was a total shift for me, I guess, or a total turnaround.
Yeah. Yeah. But when we spoke, you wanted to make it a priority. And I'm telling everybody I'm turning 40, right? It's a big deal for me. And you had recently turned 40. So I think that's a big mile marker because we're not getting any younger, right? So I don't know if you felt any of that.
No, it's true. I felt like if I'm not going to do it now, I'm never probably going to do it. And something needs to change in order for me to be productive at work and not feel like crap at the end of the day, but also to be able to come home and be with my kids and not feel like I'm spent and I can't function anymore. So
maybe wanted to have some energy, actually.
Right. I need to go to bed right now.
Oh my gosh. Well, how are you feeling now?
Like I feel amazing. I feel like a totally different person. So yesterday at work, I like got to the end of the day and I was like, oh, I don't feel like stuck or hunched over and no pain. And I could come home last night and my son and I played badminton outside, which was awesome. And like I just feel like I can sleep better. And then also did just overall good. Like I don't feel like I'm stuck in like this hunched over position anymore. I constantly felt like I was like just like this all the time. And now I can like bring my shoulder back and down. It feels great to be human again.
Can you sit up straighter for longer now too? I hear that all the time.
Yeah, I can definitely work straighter. I can sit up straighter like at work, at home, but like also I can tell when I'm starting to get like hunched over, I can pull myself back up. I'm more aware of like my posture while I'm working and at home too, I guess, like when I'm cooking or anything.
I love that you say that. Yeah, because all these things like they trickle into all areas of our lives, right? So I'm so glad you mentioned that. I'm curious, anything like because you feel physically great and I love that, but I'm also a big proponent of like how do you feel mentally? Like we need to be mentally healthy and not worrying about pain all the time. So do you notice a significant change in that?
Yes, so like I've always like before I had kids, I tried to work out and then after it was harder, but definitely I've always loved working out for that reason, like feeling mentally sane. But yeah, this has definitely helped me like stay on track and I feel just like less anxious or less like irritable because I'm able to like get my body moving and it helps clear my mind and it's really helpful, especially and too like with hygiene, everyone knows like you're also a therapist. So like and take care of some of that like work stress also, which is great.
Yeah, I think we chatted on one of our previous calls about how you were less crabby or something. I asked if your husband had noticed and you had said
Yeah, I noticed that I'm less crabby like at the end of the day because like when your back hurts, you just don't feel like good. Like you just feel like snappy, or I did. I don't know about like anybody else, but I feel snappy and like kind of just like short tempered. But he's definitely noticed that like, what I'm doing like when I started and when I've been consistent with it, he's like, wow, you must feel good because you haven't said anything about your back or like you haven't been like kind of snappy rough.
your word usage.
I know.
Well, and I also hear too, and I'm wondering if this is the case for you, like because you start to feel better and the workouts are doing that, it helps you to stay motivated. So do you feel like that's the case?
Yeah, I definitely, because you know what, my kids were sick and then we were sick. So like I didn't work out for like a week and I definitely felt like I need to work out. Like it was like, it makes me want to keep going because like I'm seeing results, I'm feeling results and like, I feel better mentally, physically. And, having that week where it was kind of like just survival mode for us here. Like it really made me realize how much I needed to do that, but also how much I wanted to. So like that was good. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't good if you're all sick, but it was like a good like reminder, like, oh, this is really helpful. I'm like, yeah.
Well, and I've told you multiple times, like I couldn't be more proud of you because you have been so consistent. Even when the kids are sick, you'll still get a couple in. And from going to nothing to like being so consistent for so many months now, like it speaks volumes, and especially because you are practicing at work. You do have little kids, like you're in it, right? You have all the excuses in the world to not do it. And you were ready and you committed and you're doing it. So I am just so grateful that we ended up working together and it's just working out beautifully and wonderfully. And I love our check-in calls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
It's been the best feeling, really. It truly has. So I'm like super, super happy and super excited to keep going,
Yeah, you said you were glad you found me. What do you feel like what your advice would be to another hygienist, say, that we're contemplating doing my program, whether they work out or not, if they feel like I'm ready to do something, it's now or never, what would your advice to them be?
I would say definitely, reach out to you, like talk to you about it. Like you're super thorough and explaining what the program is and expectations. So, if you're going to be a good fit to work together, but also just like the amount of like care and just thoroughness of like the program. I think it really is beneficial to you, like you personally, and like just everyone around you, work, your family. I would just say do it. I know it's, people can be like, oh, I don't know, but it would just, take the plunge and just see what you can do because it's honestly like the best thing, really. Yeah.
Well, I love working with you, and I continue to chat with you weekly and weekly. And it's weird not seeing Hazel's little face actually today because she's so freaking cute. I usually stare at her the whole time. Well, not the whole time, but she's just so cute. Well, I know we're both taking off next week for vacation, so we won't be chatting then. But yeah, I'll chat with you in 2 weeks. And I thank you so much for your time. And I couldn't be happier to help you. So I'm just grateful that you're reaping the benefits and in the work you're doing.
Right. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I hope you have a good vacation.
Thanks. You too.
So talk about winning. Jennifer's story is awesome, as are all my clients. But she's putting in the time and the effort and the energy, right? She's doing the work on her own because she knows that she needs to take care of herself in order to, be her best hygienist and her best mom. So, now she has more energy. She can get through her workday and not have pain. She's not crabby or snappy with her husband. She was even able to come home and play badminton with her son, which is interesting because I'm not really sure who plays that. But, this is what I'm all about, right? Helping hygienists live their best lives at work and outside of work, right? Because you deserve it. Again, if you're putting in the time and the effort and the energy, we need to make sure that it's worth your while. You're working the right muscles. We're training safely and with purpose and intention to build our strongest, healthiest bodies, not just for work, right? But for life, right? And that's what I'm all about. So if you're interested in learning more, I will go ahead and link the application for my Lift for Longevity method. Feel free to complete that and I will review that and have me or my team follow up with you. But other than that, thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for listening in today. I hope you got a takeaway from this episode. And if you did, would you be so kind to share it with another dental pro you think would benefit from it? I know you love learning and chances are that they do too. Also, I would love to connect with you on Instagram, so go ahead and head over to the Lift for Longevity podcast page or follow me at Built by Brianne. If you shoot me a message saying hello, I will personally respond because I love chatting with dental pros. Before you go though, I want to let you know that I appreciate you and what you do, and I hope to chat soon. Until next time, stay strong.